It is in the passing and not what is passing that holds this truth. It is in the passing, not a passing pertinent to a witness or an experiencer or a person realizing passing taking place, nor that what is passing, be it the subject, the object, the experience, the action, is not the truth, you see. It is in that what is not associated with the passing that realizes that only passing takes place. So I, whatever I am, I'm either in the passing as a passing body, a passing sense, a passing experience, a passing action, or I don't exist. Meaning, there is a witness of the passing that is disconnected from the passing. But this witness, if it's disconnected from the passing, cannot exist as that what does not pass. This leads this speaker, whatever I am, to the truth. Let's look at it that there is a big, massive creator, all in one and whole encompassing God, Brahman, absolute consciousness, one thing that creates everything. It cannot create the passing without that what cannot pass, and it cannot create that what cannot pass without passing. Meaning, that what does not pass is infinite stillness, is infinite what the mind would call death, where deep sleep is so deep, everything is gone, still, no more movement, no more sensory connection, emotional systems taking place. Nothing is evident, and even nothing cannot be evident. Meaning, there's no perception of nothing or something in deep, deep, deep sleep. We call it end. So this God cannot create that what is passing, movement, without stillness, cannot create form without space, cannot create man without woman, cannot create here without there, cannot create light without dark. Light appears to be passing, darkness appears to be passing. They're neither still. But something stable within them does not pass. Darkness is always present. Light is always present. Motion is always present. We ignore the stillness, that what does not pass, because we have taken on board this mind to assume that we are the passing, the body is passing. It is temporary, it has a beginning and an end. What is taking place right now? There appears to be something, someone, some person speaking, but there's nothing taking place. There's no information being shared. There's no relationships being created. A mind will stimulate itself by saying, I don't like this guy. I like this guy. I don't understand this guy you're speaking about. As if there is something going on, that there is information being shared. But everything is passing. Science today calls it electronic vibrations, energy fields, whatever you want to call it. It's all stimulated movement, stimulated motion. And it's not even moving because the emotional system, that is this computerized body that creates this emotional system to decide whether it is this or that, man or woman, sound or sight, has emotionally connected to this stillness through a desire from this or a accident by this God. Because God cannot create without man and woman, without male and female, without light and dark. Nothing of this can exist. The triad is where God, that what is still and that what is moving, God gives life to life through the moving and the stillness. The moving is the mind. Everything is still. The mind creates the movement. Consciousness is what this speaker calls God, and is the one that creates the still and the moving. But is neither still nor moving. It is neither of no substance or of substance. It is neither of value or is of non-value. It is neither made up of any energy or non-energy. It is neither man nor woman. It is neither universe nor non-universe. Nothing is happening here. Nothing is taking place right now. Nothing has ever taken place, but something appears to be taking place. Consciousness is just a screen that holds the taking place and the not taking place as if it's interacting and merging into a moving and non-moving entity. And when you take away the words moving and unmoving, it's just an entity of that, what it is. This is a great description of what is taking place. When you, the witness, are looking or searching or through the mind, trying to understand, value, give analysis, judgment, make comparisons, have preferences, value, devalue, deny, non-deny, associate with, disassociate with, attach to, detach to. All of this is just an idea and a concept that movement, time, is an ongoing thing. But it cannot move or go on anywhere without something that is still. Something holds it together. Presence, that one moment, that moment in time, when always seems to come and go. When you say now, that's the moment. Now it's gone. That now has gone. It's disappeared. It never took place. It appeared to take place because now is still here. Now, 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 now. You can use a word, you can use an action, you can use a breath. Same. All of this is recognized as that moment that God or consciousness gave life or merge together stillness and movement to create life. When the mind is born to give a value and analysis of this apparent movement, it gives it names. But right now there's nothing still, no, there's nothing moving. In meditation, we look for stillness through a moving body. In life, in action, in experience, we look for movement through a still body, through a still, subtle body, not this body. Everything is passing. Nothing has ever taken place. No word has ever been spoken. No image has ever been seen. No information has ever been given. No experience has ever been undertaken. You look back on yesterday and it didn't happen, really. It didn't happen. There was a memory. There is some sort of relationship with a thing. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, but I remember parts of the day. Nothing happened. Nothing happening now. There's nothing being recorded. There's no purpose. There's no logic. There's just, wow, I can give birth to stillness and movement and create life. I can bring the two together to create a living dream, a living illusion, a living entity. And the mind wants to give it structure, wants to give it purpose, wants to give it definition, wants to give it quality, wants to give it scale, wants to give it all these wonderful things, because the mind is here to dress it up and make something good of it, make something ultimately worthwhile being here. So don't deny the mind, because you may think this is a worthwhile experience. This is a beautiful, wonderful, real journey, real experience. And that's the job of the mind. But in fact, the mind itself, when it gives you the value of that person, that individual experience, cannot keep it. It moves on. It creates some sort of memory to try and keep it attached to it. You cannot attach to anything, no form, no person, no moment, no dream, no fantasy, because you are not. There is nothing that can be attached or detached. There's just that moment of awe, that gasp, when this God or consciousness looked within itself and says, you know what? I could try taking this light and this dark that are two separate entities that have no significance in my life and put them together and see what happens. And it's not the light and the dark that are the truth. It is the moment they merge. It is that moment in the Sistine Chapel when the two fingers meet. And that two figures, I don't know, it's supposed to be God and Son or whatever. As an artist, you think I know, but there's no point. There's no point in collecting information. There's no point in planning and organizing. The mind wants to participate. The mind wants to have fun and enjoy. And quite rightfully so. We do. There's no one exempt from thinking they are a human, from thinking this is real, this is taking place. There's no one exempt. We all have the same experience. We all have negative and positive experience, man and woman experience. We all have this and that experiences, light and dark experiences, opposing experiences, because the two opposites, stillness and movement, are also simply just an experience from that whole one moment, that mirror-like thing that just pulsates the same moment. And it appears in the heart, in the breath, and in motion through the rotation of the planets and all these fictitious, imagined, but apparent real objects. This cup appears to be real, but it is form, it is solid, the emotional sensory body can touch it, can feel the heat and can taste it. But the fact is, it's passing. It's not permanent and it's not pertinent. Because even when it passes, it's of no use. Because the mind says it served a purpose. It kept me alive, it kept me drinking. The drinking is passing, the life is passing, the me is passing. That idea that I am a time body is passing. That what is still recognizes the passing, and that what is passing recognizes stillness. But in the reality, both, when both go, and only consciousness in its purest sense remain, can consciousness itself be identified as that what is passing or non-passing? It is neither. It is beyond all opposing states, or beyond all opposing ideas and concepts, beyond stillness, beyond movement. There's no words, it's nameless, there's nothing to describe it because the mind simply dissolves in this seeing, in this act of all being seen through. The facade, the veil is lifted, and on the other side you're waiting for some magnificence, and really it's all been worthless because whatever you were before you started searching is the same as what you are at the end of searching. A creative idea. Namaste.